G'day, gorgeous beings. So welcome once again to Shelter in the Storm with A Course in Miracles lesson 91. Right, we are still in part 2, the alternative to projection of chapter 6. I'm just going to reread a few lines from yesterday's text reading, just for context, because we're right in the middle of that section. Perceiving equality, the Holy Spirit perceives equal needs. This invites atonement automatically, because atonement is the one need in this world that is universal. To perceive yourself this way is the only way in which you can find happiness in the world. That is because it is the acknowledgement that you are not in this world. For the world is unhappy. How else can you find joy in a joyless place, except by realizing that you are not there? You cannot be anywhere God did not put you, and God created you as part of Him. That is both where you are and what you are. It is completely unalterable. It is total inclusion. You cannot change it now or ever. It is true forever. It is not a belief, but a fact, capital F. Anything that God created is as true as He is. Its truth lies only in its perfect inclusion in Him, who alone is perfect. To deny this is to deny yourself and Him, since it is impossible to accept one without the other. The perfect equality of the Holy Spirit's perception is the reflection of the perfect equality of God's knowing. The ego's perception has no counterpart in God, but the Holy Spirit remains the bridge between perception and knowledge. By enabling you to use perception in a way that reflects knowledge, you will ultimately remember it. The ego would prefer to believe that this memory is impossible, yet it is your perception the Holy Spirit guides. Your perception will end where it began. Everything meets in God, because everything was created by Him and in Him. God created His sons by extending His thought and retaining the extensions of His thought in His mind. All His thoughts are thus perfectly united within themselves and with each other. The Holy Spirit enables you to perceive this wholeness now. God created you to create. You cannot extend His kingdom until you know of its wholeness. Thoughts begin in the mind of the thinker, from which they reach outward. This is as true of God's thinking as it is of yours. Because your mind is split, you can perceive as well as think. Yet, perception cannot escape the basic laws of mind. You perceive from your mind and project your perceptions outward. Although perception of any kind is unreal, you made it, and the Holy Spirit will therefore use it well. He can inspire perception and lead it toward God. This convergence seems to be far in the future, only because your mind is not in perfect alignment with the idea, and therefore does not want it now. Okay, we'll finish off section 2 tomorrow. Fascinating stuff. We're not finished with that book. We have to do our lesson 91. Woohoo! Right, there's a little bit of reading to this one today, but that's okay. Miracles are seen in light. It is important to remember that miracles and vision necessarily go together. This needs repeating, and frequent repeating. It is a central idea in your new thought system and the perception that it produces. The miracle is always there. Its presence is not caused by your vision. Its absence is not the result of your failure to see. It is only your awareness of miracles that is affected. You will see them in the light. You will not see them in the dark. To you, then, light is crucial. While you remain in darkness, the miracle remains unseen. Thus you are convinced it is not there. This follows from the premises from which the darkness comes. Denial of light leads to failure to perceive it. Failure to perceive light is to perceive darkness. The light is useless to you then, even though it is there. You cannot use it because its presence is unknown to you, and the seeming reality of the darkness makes the idea of light meaningless. To be told that what you do not see is there sounds like insanity. It is very difficult to become convinced that it is insanity not to see what is there, and to see what is not there instead. You do not doubt the body's eyes can see. You do not doubt the images they show you are reality. Your faith lies in the darkness, not the light. How can this be reversed? For you, it is impossible, but you are not alone in this. Your efforts, however little they may be, have strong support. Did you but realize how great this strength, your doubts would vanish. Today, we will devote ourselves to the attempt to let you feel this strength. When you have felt the strength in you, which makes all miracles within your easy reach, you will not doubt. The miracles your sense of weakness hides will leap into awareness as you feel the strength in you. 3 times today, set aside about 10 minutes for a quiet time in which you try to leave your weakness behind. This is accomplished very simply. As you instruct yourself that you are not a body, faith goes to what you want, and you instruct your mind accordingly. Your will remains your teacher, and your will has all the strength to do what it desires. You can escape the body if you choose. You can experience the strength in you. Begin the longer practice periods with this statement of true cause and effect relationships. Miracles are seen in light. The body's eyes do not perceive the light. But I am not a body. What am I? The question with which this statement ends is needed for our exercises today. What you think you are is a belief to be undone. But what you really are must be revealed to you. The belief you are a body calls for correction, being a mistake. The truth of what you are calls on the strength in you to bring to your awareness what the mistake conceals. If you are not a body, what are you? We need to be aware of what the Holy Spirit uses to replace the image of a body in your mind. You need to feel something to put your faith in as you lift it from the body. You need a real experience of something else, something more solid and more sure, more worthy of your faith, and really there. If you are not a body, what are you? Ask this in honesty, and then devote several minutes to allowing your mistaken thoughts about your attributes to be corrected and their opposites to take their place. Say, for example, I am not weak, but strong. I am not helpless, but all-powerful. I am not limited, but unlimited. I am not doubtful, but certain. I am not an illusion, but a reality. I cannot see in darkness, but in light. In the second phase of the exercise period, try to experience these truths about yourself. Concentrate particularly on the experience of strength. Remember that all sense of weakness is associated with the belief you are a body, a belief that is mistaken and deserves no faith. Try to remove your faith from it, if only for a moment. You will be accustomed to keeping faith with the more worthy in you as we go along. Relax for the rest of the exercise for the practice period, confident that your efforts, however meager, are fully supported by the strength of God and all His thoughts. It is from them that your strength will come. It is through their strong support that you will feel the strength in you. They are united with you in this practice period, in which you share a purpose like their own. Theirs is the light in which you will see miracles, because their strength is yours. Their strength becomes your eyes, that you may see. 5 or 6 times an hour, at reasonably regular intervals, remind yourself that miracles are seen in light. Also, be sure to meet temptation with today's idea. This form would be helpful for this special purpose. Miracles are seen in light. Let me not close my eyes because of this. There is our lesson 91. And we have back to Renee Phillips' illustrations, which I love sharing. Lesson 91, Miracles are seen in light. You are blessed beings, indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. It is important for you to truly grasp the power of your mind. Your mind, focused on truth, brings about miracles. Your mind, focused on illusions, brings about death, sickness, destruction, and fear. The thoughts this society asks you to hold, fear of death, fear of aging, and limited belief in your ability to heal, in fact, the belief that you cannot heal yourself, that you need magical devices to do that, are poisonous thoughts, beliefs, and ideas to the mind. They will, in fact, manifest themselves in sickness. They will bring into being exactly what you think about, which is that you are weak. Your body is fallible. and you can't trust it. What is true for you becomes manifested into physical reality. This is what the idea behind creating your own reality means. It's not just thinking about a car and getting it, but thinking and feeling your way into your miracle-mindedness. What a joy it is to know this. What a wonderful gift you give yourself in doing these lessons every day. Do not stop giving yourself this gift of truth. Do not stop giving yourself this gift of mind training so that you may, in the end, become a master of your own experience. I am that one you call Jesus, and we will speak to you tomorrow. Namaste, dearest beings.